kind of sound synchro.
Welcome. Corinne Abraham, welcome to Wits Up headquarters.
Thank you. It's very nice here, must say.
Yeah, we've done all right. So we're back on the island for another crack at the World Championships. You won 2 Ironman races this year.
I did, yeah.
Sweden, Nice.
Yes, correct.
You've had a great year, and you've also had a few changes this year as well. So you've left the dock.
Yes.
Coaching yourself. Talk me through the decision, and also, I guess the emotional side of things when you're leaving your coach, because you were with him for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk me through that whole process.
So yeah. I mean, so far, 2 Ironman wins, challenge half win, best year ever on paper. Like it really is, and that's better than I ever could have hoped for at the start of the year. Genuinely, I'd hoped that I would have a couple of good races this year, but it's better than I'd hoped and expected. So things that have changed, a lot has changed, but at the same time a lot has stayed the same. It's like when I worked with Brett the last 3 years, I felt quite strongly that to get the best out of him and the best out of myself as that sort of coach-athlete relationship was to be at camp with him. He could see me train, so technique stuff, he could cover, if he felt like I needed to push harder or pull back, he could see that. And I know that I work better on a face-to-face basis than banging out emails or messages and stuff. So certainly communication between us was much better when I was at camp. Yeah. So literally spent 3 years almost at camp. I think 1 year I was at home for something like 6 weeks. The rest of the year I was just away from home the whole time. So after 3 years I did feel that I wanted to spend some more time at home and sort of invest some more time in my relationship and just have a relationship and just be a bit more settled and not out of a suitcase so much. So that was one factor, and also after 3 years I think both Brett and myself felt that I'd sort of picked up as much knowledge from him as I could, and that perhaps it was time to go and try some stuff on my own. So off we went, all very amicable, and lots of changes this year. So lots of time at home, lots of routine, like my own routine. I've had to sort of find, sort of establish maybe sort of more independence for like motivating myself for like what I'm going to do in my sessions, which in fact I've really enjoyed. I found that sort of thinking through what is it I feel I need to do to improve, say on the bike, what kind of sessions do I need to do, how are those sessions going to be structured, kind of thinking through those things. Then when I come to do the session, I've got a lot of buy-in. I've decided that's what needs to be done. And the motivations are just largely there because I've thought the whole process through, and it's like right now I get to do it, and this is how I'm going to improve, and do the session and what have you. So I've found it quite motivating to be writing my own sessions and structuring my own training, and it's worked out okay so far. I know it's not just my writing of my own sessions or structuring my own training. I've obviously, like I said, learned a lot from Brett and learned a lot from David, my previous coach, and my run coach Tim, who I work quite closely with now. So I'm just trying to put all those things in the melting pot, and it's not that all of a sudden I have all of the insight. It's just that I've picked up all these things from these people with way more experience than me, and now I can sort of put them together. And my last year with Brett was the first year of full training and racing that I've had without being injured for I don't know, maybe 4 years. So I know that my success this year comes from a platform of the last 7 years of training, but certainly the last year where we were able to race and train without hurting myself. So I know full well that this year is springboarded off the last certainly the last 12 months, as well as the years of experience behind that as well. So.
Of course.
So I total credit where credit's due, and but I'll take the wins and be very happy with those as well.
Absolutely. So
I've just not messed it up yet.
Which
is a risk. You know,
Absolutely.
It's a real fear. But
yeah.
you know, I can remember standing on the start line in Lisbon, the first race, and thinking, you know, truth time. You know, really, you could have. I just didn't know how it was going to pan out. So.
Yeah. But it's all been positive so far.
It's all been positive so far.
And I assume you've just become more in tune with your body as well by listening to others in the last couple of years, and like you say, taking all that knowledge from everyone else, but using it with your knowledge of your own self.
Yeah, I think that I'm the kind of person who, if I ask somebody for their advice or guidance, or you know, pay them as a coach, or I feel obliged to take that advice, but well, you've asked for it, and if you've asked them because you think that they're more experienced or they've got more knowledge than you, then taking that advice is usually quite a sensible thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think over the last sort of 7 years of being an athlete, I've learned more about myself that has enabled me to have more understanding of what I need.
Yeah. So
whilst I could, you know, once I ask somebody, or once I almost feel obliged or obligated to take that advice. And I say, you know, I've asked for it, so then I'm like, well, you know, you've asked for it, they've given you the best advice, so follow it through. Yeah. But actually, sometimes if I could have made a decision for myself, it might have been, it would have worked out differently, perhaps. But you don't know. You know, and all you can do is try and assimilate all the knowledge and experience that you've got from your past and apply it to your present. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, right. We put a shout out on social media to see if people could, you know, send in questions to some of our athletes, and one of the questions that came in was essentially, what is your why? Like, why are you in this sport? Why are you back here? Like, what is it? What is that X factor?
Yes. Do you know, this is a real, I don't know whether it's sort of a current thing, but, you know, you can do it in business as well. You know, what is your why for your business?
Absolutely.
You know, you're tired, you're exhausted, you feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall. You know, what is the why for your company? What is the why if you're running your own business? Mm-hmm. And actually, I find it really hard.
It's a very hard,
that. Like,
very hard question to
because
answer.
I'm good at it. Yeah. And I feel that actually it's like, to be good at something and to have the opportunity to do it is quite unique as a combination, really. So are you then obligated to do it? No, but I feel that it's a shame not to follow up on that opportunity that you have, to see how good you can be, like, and so far it's, you know, so I'm okay, I'm pretty good as an athlete, you know, it's nice,
all right,
you know, all right, but I would like to be but you know, to come back to Kona, I think, and I really thought hard about coming back this year. I was 10th as an age grouper, and then I was 11th as my first year as a pro here, and then I was 16th last year. That's not where I want to be. You know, somebody has to be 11th and 16th, and but and maybe it's arrogance, I don't know, because I think there's a little bit of arrogance maybe in a lot of athletes, but I just think that I'm better than that. But in all honesty, I think that I'm better than 16th in the world. So do I just believe that myself and go away, well, I think I was better than 16th, but actually you haven't. Unless you've been better, unless you come fourth or something, then your record says 16th. So you either have to sort of go around believing that in yourself, but actually till you win or you know, have a better placing, it's not matter of fact. Or there's like probably some ego there as well that says, I want to prove myself to other people, I want to prove that I am a better athlete. So I think it's just a melting pot of knowing for myself that I'm better than 16th, and also like that's where you are on paper for everybody watching, you know. So it doesn't matter if you feel that you're actually I think I'm better than Danny, but you know, you don't get to say that unless you win at World Championships. So back for some more.
Well, you're only 16th in the world on paper for 12 months. And then
you could go up or down.
Well, yes. Let's go with the positives.
But it's you know, there's risk and there's reward, and
totally.
And you just have to take it, I think, year on year. And like I said, I decided quite late that I was going to come and race in Kona again. I didn't structure my year around qualifying.
Oh right, okay.
I decided that I wanted to race races that I felt were interesting.
Yeah.
I wanted to allow myself to race not injured, to not squeeze in a race, because it made better sense for qualifying.
Yeah.
When I looked at the year, I actually wanted to race Hamburg, which is
okay.
sort of, I think 5 or 6 weeks after Nice. Yeah. It's a nice race on paper.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to, and it was one of the better paying races, German races. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hadn't recovered from Nice.
Yeah.
And so, like, I really wanted to go to Hamburg. Like, I sort of committed to myself.
Yeah.
But I knew that the body didn't want to go to Hamburg.
Yeah, right.
So, but actually going to Hamburg as well was the better race for qualifying for Kona.
Right.
So that was always like a little thing, like,
okay.
You know, you've got then a bigger build-up
to
come into Kona. But I had to say to myself, no, you told yourself you weren't going to chase Kona points this year.
Yeah.
So Hamburg's not the right race for you. Do something else. Something else became Sweden, and I qualified anyway.
Yeah.
So, but then of course there's less lead up into Kona. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
so
obviously that making decision, like mentally this year, has, I don't know, I don't want to say chilled you out, but it gave you a different focus this year, and because, you know, a lot of athletes put all their eggs in the basket of Kona, and I imagine that's a massive pressure cooker. So taking that pressure away perhaps helped with the mental side of things and emotional side of things. Well, and physical, so. All of it.
Yeah, definitely.
All of the things.
Definitely. All the things.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I definitely wanted to try and liberate myself from that.
That's what I was
from
trying
that
to
pressure
say.
pot.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the decisions were easy.
Yeah.
Like I say, I wanted in my head to do Hamburg. I'd sort of committed to doing it, and then to change track, I find quite difficult once I've said, right, this is the structure that I think is the best structure for me. To then change from it, I still find challenging, difficult. But that's learning too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we try and go with that.
Yeah. You what was the word that you used?
Liberating.
That was a good one. No, I think you said it was something along the lines of arrogance, saying that you think that you're better than 16th in the world. And I think that, you know, ego and arrogance most of the time has a negative connotation to it, and I don't think it has to, because what else is going to drive you? Like, if you're content with 16th, what else is going to drive you to come back and better yourself? So I don't see that as a negative thing, and I think it's also great that you're sitting here saying, I am better than that.
I feel a little bit arrogant, but
but you have to be a professional athlete. There has to be a certain level of that to be a successful professional athlete. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad
in my
thing.
mind, there's some things as well that I try and sort of tease out, but to try and understand the difference between having belief in yourself.
Yeah.
I believe that I'm a good athlete. I believe that I can still improve. I believe there's more in me. Balancing that with ego and arrogance.
Yeah.
But then to tease that out, where does that go in terms of confidence at race day?
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I believe that I'm a good athlete, and yet have, not no belief in how I'll perform on race day, but like, it's a little bit like a bottomless pit of, I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't know. Going into Sweden, going into Nice, going into Lisbon, I've just not been that athlete, if that athlete exists, that has true belief that they're going to go and win this race.
Yeah, right.
I performed well. I believe that I can go and do well.
Yeah.
And have a good day, whatever that might be defined as.
Yeah.
But that balance between believing that you're a good athlete, balancing that with ego and arrogance.
Yeah.
And at some point, that draining away, you want that to be sort of manifested as confidence.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
I
try and untangle that in my
in
my brain sometimes. And
I don't think. Well, we could get you laying down on the couch, and I can sit on the chair over there. And we can have a proper psychological session.
That could take a long time.
Yeah.
How long have you got?
I think I hear Frankie crying. I'm going to have to go. We are going to have to wrap it up, all jokes aside. But regardless, I hope that you take into this Saturday a whole bunch of confidence.
Thank you.
And I hope everything runs smoothly this week, because, you know, what do they say? It's getting to the start line's the hardest thing, and then the race is the victory lap.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it. But yeah, hopefully all goes well, and we'll be chatting to you post-race with a smile on your face.
Excellent. Thanks, Steph.
Thank
you. Really nice to see you. Really nice to chat.
Yeah, you too. Always. Ciao.